Hi there, I'm Sam.
And I'm Shem of Garphill Games.
Yeah, so the first game in the West Kingdom trilogy is Architects of the West Kingdom. That's where you're building up the city. And then Paladins of the West Kingdom follows on from Architects. So we are now defending the city. There are invaders coming in and we're trying to build up the city's good name. So on the table over here is Paladins of the West Kingdom, and people are saying it's like Wingspan but hard. So
Really?
yeah,
It's nothing like Wingspan.
there's a lot of engine building, and you're working on your own little system. But there is also interaction in the game with the outsiders and other spaces you want to compete for. So yeah,
It's our heaviest game to date. So we've done 3 games today and 1 or 2 today, I think.
yeah,
But it's been pretty well received.
yeah. People love it.
We've
Yeah.
played a few games of Architects as well today, so it's been good. So it's going to kind of expand on what the game already has, which is what expansion does, I suppose. It's going to add a 6th player, a new type of worker, and some new types of cards that can plug into the apprentices and buildings.
Yeah.
So, with the North Sea games that I created over the past few years, I had the idea of doing a new trilogy, and at that point I was thinking, do I do like the Franks, the West Kingdom, do I do like the Wild West and the South Coast, the South Seas or something like that, South Pacific. So at that point I was thinking, maybe I just break away from medieval and do like completely different time zones, and do like a South Pacific around the Māori culture when they first came to New Zealand. So I started playing around with the idea of like hunting in the woods. So you'd like kind of go on a line and hunt these animals or gather berries or whatever. And as I was designing this mechanism, I thought to myself, this feels way more like I'm diving into an ocean and picking stuff up. So I took that concept and made Noctiluca, which is now a game that Z-Man just released, which is a dice abstract game. Which is, yeah, it's funny because it was like an accidental game. I didn't mean to design it, but I designed it. But it was a lot of fun.
And it didn't take you long to design it either, right?
No, just a few months.
Yeah, it's really good. You should try it. So it starts off sort of a new world for Shem. It's a sci-fi world, and Circadians First Light is a dice placement game, and so there's a lot of resource gathering, there's a lot of engine building, so all of those Euro sets abilities but set in space. And there are 3 different types of alien races. We call them the locals because we're really the aliens, the humans, and they've got there's lots of different variable player powers as well, so each play is very different.
Yes, it's a game that Sam designed and I published.
Yeah.
Basically going, hey, we've got all these like medieval games that are working. People are a fan of the whole franchise, I guess. So I was like, let's do a risk, let's do something sci-fi, and just see how it gets received. And overall, it was pretty well received. So you might see some follow-up games in the future. This guy behind me is off the box cover for Hall of Heroes. He's like the big boss kind of hero guy from that game. That game is all about like getting your mead and going out and questing and that kind of stuff. So he's just sitting there in his mead hall with his drink and his leg of chicken. So every time we do a new box, I love it because I get this new art piece from the meat show. So that's my favourite one so far. Sure, so 2 years ago, Raiders got nominated for the Kennerspiel Jahr, which is the game of the year for the Connoisseurs game, and this year Architects got a recommendation, which is also a huge honour as well. Sam wants to start up a games group, so if you like Sam and want him in your house, he will come and play games with you.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
So you can find me at garphill.com or just Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. There's probably other stuff as well, but just Garphill, search for it. It's a weird word and you'll find me. So
Or Garphill Games, maybe.
yeah,
On Facebook. Yeah. we go.